Everybody on social media was talking about how he's looking all snatched.
You guys, he's looking good.
Modeling.
I was wondering, did he go to Turkey and get his hair plant? Like, did he get new hair?
So now we get into our final couple, which is Ramses and Marissa. Guys, things pop off on the relationship, which for me, I was finally.
Hey guys, welcome back to Human or Resource. We're doing episode 7, Love is Blind, season 7.
Yes,
now
ma'am.
the couples are in Cabo still. We're going to talk about Tim and Alex. You guys, they had a crazy, hefty argument.
It needed to happen though.
Sure, I don't think so. I don't think to that extent. But the thing is, in episode 6, right? Apparently, Alex put her hands on Tim, okay? And I am concerned for him.
She just did this.
No, absolutely not. You barely know me. I know we're twin
I'm
flames.
your fiance.
No, I know we're twin flames and all that, but you have no rights to put your hands on me. And he completely showed it, you guys. And what I mean by that, his whole decorum was shot. Yeah, right? He couldn't even look at her straight in the eye. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he said what happened last time was not cool at all. And I cannot imagine I make a woman like that my wife and the mother of our children.
Yeah, so the whole thing started out like, I feel like the whole thing escalated is with the moment that she placed her hands on his face. Now I'm wondering what type of like how she did it. Did she do a light one, like be quiet, or she grabbed him and muzzled him? Like I'm so confused.
Sorry, I'm not meant to laugh, but I'm just trying to say this one. I really want to get honest with you guys. I don't feel like Alex even likes the guy.
I think she got the hugest ick.
Yeah,
from him. And now I feel like he is like, I'm kind of done. Ever since she did that hand placement, like he's done.
He was looking for his reason. He found it right now. She is a little bit backtracking on camera just so that she doesn't look like the bad guy because we're still looking for a villain. And she's trying to say, oh, I'm sorry. But she keeps on asking him, are you going to come back to bed? Are you not going to come back to bed? Are you not gonna back? Do you know to me what it sounds like?
What?
She enjoyed her night without him. And it's going to come back again more. She's going to say it again. So we go on to our next favorite couple, Tyler and Ashley. I know we heard the rumors. Y'all told us everywhere on TikTok, on YouTube.
On Instagram.
On Instagram. But I still think they're going to win. We're not going to eat the hot sauce. So they go on a camel ride. He asks a question like, do you see yourself marrying me? And they start talking about traditions, if they have a family together, ornaments, all nice stuff. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, all the great things that you want to hear from a man, like who wants you. And so far, he's been showing us that he wants her. Yeah. Even though in episode 6, he kind of did throw a red flag when he said, I have people in my life who don't like me.
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna tread lightly on that comment. Now we go to Hannah and Nick. They have this crazy adventure activity where they do bungee jumping. I'm like, no.
I loved it, to be honest. I love that he has no fear. Like him and Hannah have no fear.
The minute I looked down, first of all, I'm not even gonna be on that thing that they're on.
No, you wouldn't do it. You have a fear for
because the minute they push me, my soul goes in the opposite direction.
Listen, we still experience the same thing. She's not into him. He's realizing she's not into him. And also, he's kind of like annoying. A little bit. I feel like listen, Hannah made it clear so many times that she's not feeling this guy. That's why she's asking him the most weirdest questions. And he kind of showed another side to him when he was with that older lady on the duck. And when the older lady said,
it was harmless.
You know what I mean? You think it's harmless. I took it like a certain sign. Like, yeah, he's not respecting her.
Taylor and Garrett. I'm studying this couple, okay? They have the cutest activity they're doing. I think it was beautiful glass making. I love that. I would do that a lot. And they make this cute object, or they have this object, and she grabs it, and she said, oh, it's going to look great in your house. And he goes, babes, you mean our house? So I'm saying to myself, Taylor is always giving me this 1 foot in, 1 foot out, just in case he says, I'm not feeling. She goes, I already knew. That's why I've been giving you all those hints, put the glass in your house, but you said put it in our house. Why did you try to lead me? You see what I'm saying?
But why is that?
She's insecure. I'm going to be honest. She's insecure.
I feel like
there's something there.
There's something called intuition, Salma. And I think in her tuitions, it's telling her that this guy is not all in.
So if you're a secure woman, you're listening to your intuition and say, I'm sorry, I feel like you're not giving me.
Well, he's not being transparent, right? And I do feel it. Like, this guy is kind of reserved. He's not really being his authentic self. Like, listen, I believe between Garrett and Taylor, she likes him more than he likes her. And I agree on that one too.
We'll tread lightly with them too. Now we're going to the relationship of Steven and Monica. Now, guys, this relationship is gonna need all of our help. So let's put on our fake psychology degree and let's dissect them, okay? She brought up the fact that you don't give me any gifts, okay? And he said, like flowers, like flowers. And he's like, well, I'm kind of working on that. And she goes, well, it doesn't have to be flowers, but just make me feel special. You know my love language, like words of affirmation,
Active service,
and gifts too. Just give me something. And he even brought up something that I thought was like, oh, okay, I get your background. He said that we haven't received gifts in a long time during Christmas, like over 7 years. And instead of her trying to understand, be like, wow, that's how you really guys are, right? She's like, anyways.
She heard blah, 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 blah.
She saw something under the poverty line. I'm like, girl, like, you're not humbling yourself. You know what you're getting yourself into, because I feel like she's telling him, you know what you're getting yourself into. Mm-hmm. Girl, you know what you're getting yourself into too. Like, understand, it's a two-way street. Exactly. And he said, like, listen, like, you probably want something like a Kate Spade, something like that. She goes, ah.
And even for me, I swear to God, I'm not gonna lie. When I heard he said Kate Spade, I said nobody wants that.
She goes, I want YSL, Louis Vuitton. He goes, who's he?
Okay, listen, Monica, I get her. And, she's the type of girl I wouldn't be friends with. I'm sorry. But I get where she's... You would, not me, because I don't like hyper personality sometimes.
What did you say? She needs to get with a
Jewish wealthy man.
That's it. That's going to solve her problem. Now, the thing is, she did trap me, though. I was feeling for her so bad. When she goes like, I'm 36. Ain't nobody want to take me seriously. I'm like watching baptisms. I'm going to other people's wedding. Nobody wants me. And I'm like, gosh, she's perfect. What's wrong with her? And now we're finding out.
And we're finding out why that she is probably single. And she does this micromanaging. Like, she gives, like... Listen, I could see Steven.
Oh, my God.
Like, he was... At one point, you guys, through this whole episode, he was crying, Like, when he's interacting, he's, like, shocked. He's in his head.
Because he
can't
brought
be
up...
his authentic self. She even told him, pipe down. You know what I mean? Pipe down.
Because, listen, in their conversation there, he brought up something about, like, second thoughts. And she goes, oh, my God, what did you say, second thoughts? She's like, no, go ahead, say it. Second thoughts. Oh, you're crying right now. You're crying right now. Don't admit it.
She gives me anxiety a little bit. And that's why I say I can never be her friend.
That's a lot of
But I get where she's coming from. Because you know why? She's trying to humble herself, right? She's saying, you know what? I want to get married. I want to have kids. And, I probably getting a wealthy, rich man is not in my cards at this moment. You know what I mean?
You just said you understand her. So that gives her the right to be rude.
No. But I get what she's trying to. Listen, she had a dream to be a wealthy wife, right? And now she realized, you know what? That's not gonna be my dream. Probably I need to make my own money. And this guy who loves me, who's humble and who goes to Walmart and all that, probably that's who I need to be with.
Okay. So then settle down.
No,
settle
she's
down
trying.
And
she's
be
trying.
Nice. No, but be nice too.
It's hard.
Because even when he was thinking to the side, she goes, okay, you can look at me right now. And he said, I'm going to look at you when I want to look at you.
Yeah, this guy's going to cheat again.
So now we go to the group sessions and all the couples are getting together. And the girls are chit-chatting. And Taylor asked Hannah, do you feel like you're teaching Nick a lot? And she said, uh-huh. Like, I'm teaching this guy a lot of stuff. Hannah, I don't know what her problem is. I feel like, and we're gonna get to know more and more.
It's physical. She's not physically attracted to this guy.
But like she's saying a lot of stuff like, I'm independent, okay? Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
Because she feels like she's more, masculine than him. That's what it is. Hannah's issues is physical attraction. She feels like she's a big woman next to the small guy, and I get it.
After that, Alex confessed to the girls that, oh my God, my man almost left me. Oh my God.
Like, I'm trying to get him to a certain point in the show where I don't get sued. That's where she is at. Yeah, that's it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's true. Like,
it is true.
He's at a state where he's like, something happened to me. And we're like, anyways, fireworks goes off and everybody starts going together, right? And then Monica goes and taps Steven. Oh my God, let's just go. And he was talking to Garrett and he was just like, okay, I'll be there. And he doesn't come to Monica, right?
Because he likes to talk.
But apparently Garrett was venting with Steven about something very important. And then when the fireworks were all over, Monica came back with the girls and she tells Steven, she goes, oh my God, like that was so fun. It was so romantic too, right? Mm-hmm. And he caught it. He was like, oh my goodness, like she's angry at me. And she goes and she sits and she beds herself with a bunch of the girls and she starts talking about her guy. Mm-hmm. Like literally saying to him, like, he just doesn't get it. Like, I think she thinks he's a tool too.
She does. She does feel like he could be a big, goofy guy. But he said something during that time that I was like, oh my God, huge red flag. He said Garrett was talking about, being in this experience. You're going to get homewreckers slitting in your DMs and trying to get with you. Ooh. Yeah. And after Monica's like, I'm just confused. Why you bringing that up? Like, that is so off in many levels. So what are you telling us, Steven?
Yeah.
What are you telling us?
But then even Monica got up and she was like, I don't know, it's okay. I'm not going to chase this story.
Yeah, because she's annoyed. That's why.
Guys, I have a question. Does Steven talk too much?
I think it's refreshing how he talks. You know what I mean? Because I'm a quiet person. You guys, even though I'm on here, yeah, I'm usually a quiet person. So having a person who yep, I'm like, I love it. You know.
Now, before we leave this beautiful oasis, you kind of see Taylor and Garrett talking about things, and they're going to be part of my study, guys. And she said, I'm so happy that you're taking things on a slow pace with me. And he goes, it just feels right. And she said, yeah. And I would like to let you know that things are just going to get harder and harder. You know, are you kind of okay with that? And he's like, yep. So
Yeah,
she's like, wait a minute. And then after she said, because if you don't let me know, we can go on separate flights back home. I was like, ooh, like I said, she's always like that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You let me know how you want to go. Taylor, friend, if you, like you said earlier, it's like that intuition. If you have a deep intuition that this guy ain't for you, or he's not giving you kind of that emotional security, whatever you're looking for, take the lead and take control of the narrative. And if you don't want this guy, say I'm out.
And also, I feel like he's not attracted to her.
So you out here just saying you're not attracted to you ain't attracted to you.
No, I feel like he's not attracted to her because I don't, like, it's mostly her who's initiating the kisses. It's mostly her that who's looking at him to hit, like, straight in the eye, and he's always looking down and everything. So there's a lot of body language that he's giving off. So right now, the honeymoon / getaway or whatever it is finally over.
Yeah.
Apartments have been upgraded compared to last year's and the years before that. Yeah, I like the apartments. Now, we're going to talk about Hannah and Nick. And they had an interesting conversation that I feel like it was needed. Now, she asked Nick, are you the type of person who needs to be asked to do...
reminded to do chores.
Or reminded to do chores.
Like take the trash out.
And I feel like it's a valid point.
I don't know how you got out of that answer. Like, he just said, yeah, sure. I don't know. Maybe do you need to remind me? Like, is that going to be my job? And then they start talking about, like, roles in a relationship. And she said, well, can you mount the TV? And he goes, maybe not that, but I can sure do A and B and C.
That's important if you can't mount a television on the wall.
Yeah. And then after she said, well, I can do those things because I'm an independent woman. The whole time she's just repeating, I'm an independent, strong woman. I'm like, well, then why are you on the show if you don't need a man?
So we have Monica and Steven, and they're finally entering their new apartment. Now, Monica is looking at this apartment. It's like, this is an average apartment. But Steven, he's like, woo, this looks fantastic.
I only see this in Instagram.
You know, I like his honesty.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
It's very refreshing.
However, Monica
was like, groceries.
We gotta do groceries. We need to get
like,
wine.
Wine, flowers. And he was like,
beer.
And she goes, and flowers.
Butter. Yeah.
Flowers.
Yeah. At this point, Steven, I'm surprised you still didn't get the flowers.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Get roses. Yeah, Steven, at this point, if you didn't get the flowers yet, I'm confused why you haven't, because she's going to continue saying that.
And then we go into Taylor and Garrett. I'm back with these guys again. This whole interaction was super cute. It was nice. It's like, okay, we have our phones back. Let's look at each other's social media. Whose social media is popping off? And his was so mediocre. Then after she was like looking at it, I think she made fun of it a bit, which explains why, because everybody on social media was talking about how he's looking all snatched.
You guys, he's looking good.
Modeling.
I was wondering, did he go to Turkey and get his hair plant? Like, did he get new hair? Second of all, his style has upgraded.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you think they're together or not together?
I don't think so.
Garrett took Taylor to see his family.
Yes.
Now, they live in, I don't know, it looks like a barn house, farmhouse. I don't know, some kind of a...
It was a nice house.
Looked country to me. And his family looks very sweet.
Very sweet.
Very nice, very put together. His mom and dad were there. I believe his sister and his nieces and nephew were there. Or maybe it was a niece and another sibling. I'm not quite sure. The mother was very nice. She was giving a lot of eyes as well. Like... yes, this is the girl that you're gonna bring us. It's always scary when the mother of the son.
At one point, Taylor said to the family, I got your son, you guys gave me your son and everything. Something in that sense. And after, why did I see his mother, like, cringing? Like, she was super scared or annoyed. I don't know, like, she cringed.
But the whole family had a nice conversation. Yeah. I really think they asked great questions to each other. And the mother even said, did you guys got the important stuff out of the way? And she said, yes, we talked about how we're gonna raise our kids. I probably talked about politics and all that stuff, but it's like, the team didn't show us that stuff. We don't know what they're fighting about too. It's like everything on the DL. Then the mother said, you guys are getting to know each other very quick. And so I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a bit afraid of my baby just as much as I'll be afraid of you if things don't work out. And the way Taylor reassured Garrett's mom, I was like,
Garrett, if you don't marry her,
yeah,
and it's because she has a level-headed mindset. You don't know these women out here in the streets, right? They're kind of cuckoo.
yeah.
So, but this woman is level-headed, smart, educated, has a tattoo and everything.
And she brought up that too. She goes, by the way,
Yeah.
Mama,
We got matching.
John
Is that the
Hopkins.
yeah, John
John Hopkins.
Yeah,
And I feel like the minute he said John Hopkins, the mother's like, oh, okay.
So you don't have a dumb bitch here.
It's like, we're going to treat you according to John Hopkins then.
Yeah.
And listen, she pleaded her case very well. And if I was like Garrett's mom, I'd be like, I like her. So now we get into our final couple, which is Ramses and Marissa. Guys, things pop off on the relationship, which for me, I just want to see how she handles the heat.
Yeah.
Anyway, she comes back from work or school. It was a 2-hour drive. And she said, I can't keep on doing this. Which makes sense. 2
It's
hours
a
is
lot.
too long, guys. But he was making lunch and he got off work early, right? And she said, do you need help? And he's like, no, I don't need any help. Go ahead and, maybe set the table up. And she started setting the table up. They started talking about the wedding. And she brought up how I do not want it to be a religious wedding. God can take a back seat. And I was like,
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
all right.
Yeah.
And she said, I do not want the officiant to be a male. I want it to be a female.
Yeah.
was
He
like-
also says, my mother is super religious and everything, so I would like some aspect of religion in there, which it makes sense,
Yeah. And then after she brought up the nature of her wedding, she said she wanted to be all black.
And I respect that. I swear to God, when she said that, I'm like, you're a little darky, huh? You like a little
no.
dark about you. Yes. She probably was a gothic at one point.
Probably
Or
she was.
emo.
Yeah. And then they brought up about, religion and how she was a Mormon. And I'm like, let me tell you something. I don't know anything about Mormons. Like, I know Protestants. I know the Catholics. I know
Orthodox.
the Orthodox. Did I say Orthodox before?
No.
Yeah. I even know the Jehovah's. But the Mormons,
How about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
never heard that show.
Well, I watched that. So.
Yeah. So as you can see, she's having a bit of like animosity, and she didn't like how she kind of grew up that way. And so she completely wants to run away from that and like abandon that and go straight to spirituality, which is understandable. Now they brought up this conversation. I love this conversation. It's a little bit about, her belief in the military.
Yeah.
Okay. And he said himself, like, even though I'm privileged to be in America, I didn't born in America. I came from probably an area where they probably were affected by military intervention. Okay. And I could tell you there's a lot
We
of
don't know
countries
his
that feel that way
background. I
too.
would love to know his background.
Yeah. I thought he was Sudanese at the beginning.
I thought he was Pakistani at one point. You know what I mean?
Until I speak Spanish, and I thought himself
He's like probably black and Pakistani. I'm not sure. I don't know. Please let us know. What are you?
yeah, what's his background,
Yeah.
guys? But I feel like she's so conflicted with this issue.
Yes.
Okay? And she needs to hammer this one in. She needs to literally iron it out the way she thinks. She keeps on saying, we did a lot of bad things, okay? America was a bully. We know that. But I support my troops. But he said, but you know what you guys been doing.
Yeah,
So
because
how
you guys signed up for it.
Yeah. And she goes, but like a lot of us were very young. And I said, still consenting adults. And she said, is that going to hurt our relationship? He said, no, because that's your past. And after she said, well, I didn't want to sign up to be a reservist. And he said, yeah, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't want to get in a relationship with somebody who still have a belief in the whole military system. So,
Yeah,
no.
I think she equates the military like a family, and it's like the mob. You know what I mean? And people who are in the mob, right? It's a family. You know what I mean? So that's how she sees it. As much as I love them and I care for them and I come from them, right? I get that they do horrible things, especially the Western world and what they have done. We're not going to get into it. That's for another story, for the love of God. But that's how she sees it. This is my family, And for him, he has his story. And I really want to know what is that. As much as he heard her out, she needs to hear him out and why he doesn't believe in the whole military thing. You know what I mean?
I would like to know more about his background. Maybe he comes from a region where they're affected by, military intervention.
Not only
U.S.
that,
military intervention.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that conversation needed to happen. I'm excited to know what episode 8 is going to bring and episode 9 as well.
Please like and subscribe this video, and bye now.